Okay, so this video is to help you practice using past continuous. So for example, I was living, you were living, he, she, it was living, we were living, they were living, versus past simple. I lived, you lived, he lived, she lived, we lived, they lived. So these are 10 sentences, and we're going to go through them one by one, and I want you to decide between the past continuous or the past simple. So for the first sentence, Jane was living or Jane lived in Philadelphia when she was meeting or when she met Thomas. So for the first one, what do you think it is? It should be Jane was living in Philadelphia. So let me get rid of lived. Jane was living in Philadelphia when she met Thomas. So the reason behind that, this is background information and it's ongoing over a long period of time. Jane was living in Philadelphia versus when she met Thomas. That was in an instant. It occurred once and it was at a specific time. So it should be met, past simple. Hopefully that made sense. What about number 2? I was going to the pharmacy yesterday, or I went to the pharmacy yesterday. It should be I went to the pharmacy yesterday. Because it's just an event, it had a very finite beginning and end. I went to the pharmacy yesterday. And then for 3, she always was loving chocolates as a child, or she always loved chocolates as a child. I'll give you a second. It should be she always loved chocolates as a child. So we use the past simple to talk about habits in the past. So she always loved, past simple, chocolates as a child. Number 4, it was raining when I was leaving the house. It rained when I was leaving the house. It rained when I left the house. This is complex. So first thing, it was raining or it rained. What do you think the correct answer is? It should be it was raining. Usually with weather, it's in the past continuous. The sun was shining. It was raining. It was snowing. Also, this is giving like background information in a sense. So it should be it was raining, and then when I was leaving the house, or when I left the house. I would say when I left the house is better. So it was raining when I left the house. Because was raining is background information. When I left the house is an event, an interrupting event. So number 5, Columbus was sailing to America in 1492, or Columbus sailed to America in 1492. I'll give you a second. It should be Columbus sailed to America in 1492. We use the past simple to talk about past facts. So Columbus sailed to America in 1492. It's a fact. That's the year. They were playing a lot when they were younger, or they played a lot when they were younger. It should be they played a lot when they were younger. It's the same reason for number 6 as for number 3. We use the past simple, so played, to talk about habits in the past. So something you did often, a lot, they played. Oop, didn't get rid of the word. They played a lot when they were younger. Yep, they played a lot when they were younger. All right, number 7. Mark was listening, or Mark listened to music when the door was ringing or when the door rang. It should be Mark was listening to music when the door rang. So this is background information. He was doing it for a longer period, and then that was interrupted when the door rang. Zzz, rang. So past simple for rang. All right, number 8. When I was arriving, sorry, this should be italicized. Oop, I can't do it. When I was arriving, when I arrived, Mary was speaking or Mary spoke on the phone. So I think it should be when I arrived, Mary was speaking on the phone. Yeah. Mary was speaking on the phone when I arrived. When I arrived, Mary was speaking on the phone. So your arrival happened in an instant. You walked in. It's an event. Mary speaking on the phone, that was going on before you got there. So that's why it's in past continuous, because it was ongoing before you arrived. So number 9. When I arrived, comma. Thanks. Word. Sorry. All right, 9. Susan was breaking her arm in an accident, or Susan broke her arm in an accident. I'll give you a second. It should be Susan broke her arm in an accident. You're just talking about the past. She broke her arm. It wasn't really an ongoing thing. Susan broke her arm. Past simple. All right, last one. The family was visiting, or the family visited Brazil last year. I'll give you a second. It should be the family visited Brazil last year. It's a past fact. It had a definite beginning and end. So the family visited Brazil last year. Hopefully this helped you practice past continuous and past simple. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. I'll probably answer. And yeah, have a good one.